The city of Kraków is divided into 18 administrative districts, each with a degree of autonomy within the municipal government. The Polish name for such a district is dzielnica. The oldest neighborhoods of Kraków were incorporated into the city before the late 18th century. They include the Old Town, once contained within the city defensive walls and now encircled by the Planty Park, the Wawel, which is the site of the royal castle, and the Cathedral, Stradom and Kazimierz, the latter originally divided into Christian and Jewish quarters, as well as the ancient town of Kleparz. Major districts added in the 19th and 20th centuries include Podjorz, which until 1915 was a separate town on the southern bank of the Vistula, and now a Futa, east of the city centre, built after World War II and incorporated into the city in 1951. Between 1951 and 1973 the city was divided into 6 districts: Miasto, Zwycieniec, Kleparz, Grzegorki, Podjorz and now Futa. From 1973 until the introduction of the present division in 1991 there were 4 districts: Rodmyśl, Podjorz, Kraków and now Futa. The current division was introduced on the 27th of March 1991 and revised by Kraków City Council on the 19th of April 1995. The districts were assigned Roman numerals, as well as names. The names and numbers of the 18 districts are now as follows: Miasto, Grzegorki, Pradnik Czerwony, Pradnik Biały, Kraków, Bronowice, Zwycieniec, Debniki, Ladziuniki, Borek Faleki, Swazowice, Podjorz, Duchaki, Biezanau, Prokosem, Podjorz, Chizany, Mistrejowice, Biancice, Wzgórze Krasnoki, and now Futa. Miasto, meaning Old Town, is Krakow's administrative district No. 1. It consists of the historic Kraków Old Town itself, as well as the Wawel Castle Hill, the former largely Jewish quarter of Kazimierz, and a number of other neighborhoods surrounding the Old Town: Nowe Miasto, Nowe Wiat, Kleparz, Okol, Piasek, Stradom and Warszawski. Krakow's historic center, covering the Old Town, Wawel and Kazimierz, was entered on the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites in 1978. Kraków has the most prominent example of an old town in the country, because for many centuries, Kraków was the royal capital of Poland, until Sigismund III Vasa relocated the court to Warsaw in 1596. Medieval Kraków was surrounded by a 1.9-mile defensive wall complete with 46 towers and 7 main entrances leading through them. The fortifications around the old town were erected over the course of 2 centuries. The current architectural plan of Miasto, the 13th century merchants' town, was drawn up following the Tatar invasions of 1259 and 1287. It features the centrally located Rynek Główny, or main square, the largest medieval town square of any European city. There is a number of historic landmarks in its vicinity, such as St. Mary's Basilica, Church of St. Wojciech, Church of St. Barbara, as well as other national treasures. At the center of the plaza, surrounded by communist and noble residences, stands the Renaissance cloth hall Sukiennis with the National Gallery of Art upstairs. It is flanked by the Town Hall Tower. The whole district is bisected by the Royal Road, the coronation route traversed by the kings of Poland. The route begins at St. Florian's Church outside the northern flank of the old city walls in the medieval suburb of Kleparz, passes the Barbican of Kraków built in 1499, and enters Miasto through the Florian Gate. It leads down Florianska Street through the main square, and up Grodzka to Wawel, the former seat of Polish royalty overlooking the Vistula River. In the 19th century most of the old town fortifications were demolished. The moat encircling the walls was filled in and turned into a green belt known as Planty Park. Grzegorki is Krakow's administrative district No. 2. Until 1990 it was a part of District No. I. It borders the districts of Stare Miasto to the west, Pradnik to the north, Chizany to the east, and Podgórze across the river to the south. It consists of neighborhoods called Daby, Grzegorki, Olza, Osiedlowski and Wesela. Pradnik is Krakow's administrative district No. 3. Until 1990 it was a part of District No. I. It borders Pradnik Bialy to the northwest, Mistrejowice and Chizany to the east, and Stare Miasto and Grzegorki to the south. It consists of neighborhoods called Pradnik, Olza, Rakowice, Lichina, Ugorek, Warsawski and Wiechista. Pradnik Bialy is Krakow's administrative district No. IV, the most northerly district in the city. Until 1990 it was a part of District No. V. It borders Bronowice, Krowidza, Stare Miasto and Grzegorki. It consists of neighborhoods called Pradnik Bialy, Azori, Bronowice, Wielki, Gorka Narodora, Tony, Witkowice, Abiniek, Osiedl Krowidza Gorka and Osiedl Witkowice Nowe. Krowidza is Krakow's administrative district No. V. Until the 24th of May 2006 known as Lobzow. It borders Stare Miasto to the east, Zwiszyniec to the south, Bronowice to the west and Pradnik Bialy to the north. It consists of the former villages of Zarnowice, Krowidza, Lobzow and Nowowice, the Sici Kasik estate, and a quarter with housing for students of the R University of Science and Technology. Bronowice is Krakow's administrative district No. Vi, split in 1990 from District No. V. It is bordered by Pradnik Bialy to the north, Krowidza to the east and Zwiszyniec to the south. It consists of the former villages of Bronowice Male and Mydlniki, and estates called Osiedl Bronowice Nowe and Osiedl Widok-Zizeksa. Zwiszyniec is Krakow's administrative district No. 7. It borders Bronowice and Krowidza to the north, Stare Miasto to the east, and Debniki to the south. It includes the neighborhoods of Bielany, Chelm, Olżanica, Polsy, Zwiszyniecki, Przegórzale, Wola Justowska, Zakomice and Zwiszyniec, and the Salwator estate. The district contains the Kosciuszko Mound and the Blessed Bronislawa Chapel. In Bielany there is a Camaldles Monastery, with a nature reserve on the slopes of the hill on which it stands. Bielany is also the site of Krakow's first municipal water supply plant, in use since 1901. Debniki is Krakow's administrative district No. 8, split in 1990 from Podgórze. It contains the former villages of Bodze, Debniki, Kapelanka, Kobieszyn, Kolotyniecki, Kostze, Ludwinow, Podgórki Tyniecki, Pikowice, Sidzina, Skotniki, Tyniec and Zaszówek, the neighborhoods of Kliny Zasisza and Mochnieniec, as well as a number of newly built estates. Debniki is a primarily residential area, with diverse architecture, ranging from 19th-century tenements in the area of Rynek Debniki to Plattenbau blocks of flats in the Podwawelski and Ruszaj estates and suburban areas of detached houses in the outskirts. Tyniec is a famous Benedictine abbey, founded in the 11th century. The district contains many open spaces, Zaszówek Nature Park being the most popular of them. A new complex of university buildings, called the third campus of the Jagiellonian University, is being developed within the district. Laji Borek Faleki is Krakow's administrative district No. IX, also known as District IX Laji Uniki. Until 1990 it was a part of Pojor's district. It consists of the neighborhood of Laji Uniki to the north, and Borik Falaki to the south. In the northwest is the estate called Oziedl Seguilniana. The district borders Pojors to the north, Pojors Dachaki to the east, Swazovice to the south, and Debniki to the west. Swazovice is Krakow's administrative district No. X. Until 1990 it was a part of Pojor's district. It borders Debniki to the west and Laji Uniki, Borik Falaki and Pojors Dachaki to the north. It includes the Swazovice Spa neighborhood, as well as the neighborhoods of Banaya, Baris, Jugovice, Kliniborkovsky, Kososis, Lucina, Lysigora, Opatkovice, Rajsko, Sharchana Gora, Sobonavice, Roblovice and Zabidnavice. Pojors Dachaki. Pojors Dachaki is Krakow's administrative district No. She. Until the 24th of May 2006 it was known as District Shiwola Dachaka. It was a part of Pojors district until 1990. It borders Pojors to the north, Byezanau Prekosum to the east, Swazovice to the south and Laji Uniki Borik Falaki to the west. The district contains the neighborhoods of Bernaka, Kurdwinau Noe, Oziedl Piaski Norve, Oziedl Podlizi, Piaski Wielki and Wola Dachaka. Byezanau Prekosum. Byezanau Prekosum is Krakow's administrative district No. 12. Until the 24th of May 2006 it was known as District 12 Prekosum Byezanau. It was a part of Pojors district until 1990. It borders Pojors to the north, and Pojors Dachaki to the west. The district takes its name from its constituent neighborhoods of Byezanau and Prekosum. It also contains the neighborhoods of Byezanau, Kolonia, Kame, Lazy and Zhaka, and a number of residential estates. Byezanau Noe Kolejo, Madikov, Narkis Lofche, Nad Potokiem, Parkova, Prekosum Noe Inzilusian. Pojors is situated on the right bank of the Vistula River. Initially a fishing village at the foot of Lasota Hill, it was granted city status by the Austrian Emperor Joseph II in 1784. From 1784 to 1915 it was an independent township. In 1910 Pojors was the 13th largest town in Galicia. Formerly a residential and light industry suburb of Kraków, it is now a fully integrated part of the city, not a suburb. Historic Pojors is also officially part of Krakow's Old Town or Stare Miasto. Other neighborhoods include the old villages of Plazo, Rybitwe and Pravoz. Pojors' total population is listed at 31,599, within an area of 24.6 square kilometers. The oldest man-made structure in Pojors is the Krakus Mound on Lasota Hill, believed to be the grave of the legendary Prince Krakus. Karl's Bridge, linking Pojors with Kraków proper across the Vistula and located between today's Mostowa and Brodzinski streets, was built in 1802 and destroyed by a flood just 11 years later in 1813. A new pedestrian and cyclists-only bridge was completed in the summer of 2010 on the site of the 19th-century original. Chizany is Krakow's administrative district No. 14. It borders Grzegorki, Pradnikchwani, Mistrejowice, Biancice, Nałahuta, and Pojors. Until 1990 it was part of Nałahuta district. It includes the former village of Chizany, as well as the neighborhood of Leg and a number of residential estates. Mistrejowice is Krakow's administrative district No. 15. It borders Pradnikchwani, Chizany, Biancice and Wzgórze Krasnoyki. It includes the neighborhoods of Batowice, Dzikanowice and Mistrejowice, and a number of residential estates. Biancice Bianchice is Krakow's administrative district. No. 16. It borders Chizany to the southwest, Mystrojowice to the northwest, Wzgórze to the northeast, and Nałahuta to the southeast. Wzgórze is Krakow's administrative district. No. 17. Until the 24th of May 2006 it was known as District 17 Grzybalo. It borders Mystrojowice and Bianchice to the west, and Nałahuta to the south. The district of Wzgórze comprises the former villages of Dolubnia, Grzybalo, Kantorowice, Krasnowice, Luboca, Lucanowice, Wadał, Łęgrzinowice, and Zesnowice. Nałahuta. Nałahuta is the easternmost district of Kraków, numbered 18. With more than 200,000 inhabitants, it is one of the most populous areas of the city. The historic area of present-day Nałahuta is one of the few places in Poland settled continuously since the Neolithic period. Archaeological research has discovered a big Celtic settlement and Poland's oldest Slavic settlements there. A mound was erected by Vistulans in the 8th century. According to legend, the Wanda Mound is a tomb of Wanda, daughter of Krak, a mythical founder of Kraków. In the 13th century, a Cistercian monastery was built in the easternmost village of Mogla, called the Mogla Abbey. Nałahuta was built from the ground up in 1949 as a separate town near Kraków on terrain resumed by the communist government from former villages of Mogla, Pleso and Krasnowice. It was planned as a huge center of heavy industry around the new Lenin steelworks. The town was to become an ideal town for the communist propaganda and populated mostly by industrial workers. In 1951 it was joined with Kraków as its new district, and the following year tramway communication was started. Since the fall of communism, the city district that was once a showpiece for Stalinism now boasts many tributes to ardent anti-communism. Streets formerly named after Lenin and the Cuban Revolution have been renamed to honor Pope John Paul II and the Polish exile leader Władysław Anders. In 2004, plaques centralny Nałahuta's Central Square, which once was home to a giant statue of Lenin on display at High Chaparral Museum in Hillerstorp, Sweden, was renamed Ronald Reagan Central Square in honor of the former U.S. president. However, this decision led to many protests, and a traditional name is still widely used.